squats and deadlifts. That way I can break it up and worry about those two at separate times. So I'm starting out with pause squats. This is really helping with time under tension and just kind of working my way slowly back into a good squat form, making sure everything is perfect because I've taken a little bit of a break since I was traveling. I always structure my workouts so compounds are first. Always start with those compound movements, which is what I just did, and I got a little bit of a stretch after. Next up are front squats. I decreased my weight for this so that I can hit higher rep. And again, this is a compound movements first. Now, front squats definitely use a lot more core strength because you're holding that bar on the front of your body. So you really want to make sure that you're not leaning over, compromising that form, which can be really difficult. These are definitely a more challenging exercise. That's why I have to decrease my weight a little bit. Really focusing on squeezing my core, again, having good form, keeping that bar up and hitting a good depth. If you're new to front squats, use a preloaded barbell in this hand position or just use dumbbells on your shoulders to get a little bit more used to where the weight is placed during this movement. Honestly, these are a quad and core killer. So now you know, you have been warned by me. Next up, we're moving into step ups. So I'm doing 3 sets of 10 each leg, so a total of 20. And I've seen this machine at my gym that I really wanted to try out. A lot of times I'll just do this on a box or on a bench with dumbbells, but this added resistance was pretty cool to be able to have the placement a little bit different and really focus on stability because that resistance is so high. So a huge part of this was just having good balance, having good stability. And a lot of times I think, oh, maybe I'm not lifting as heavy as I would like, but you have to be able to work those little muscles too. Just work on simple things with stability, balance. So don't overlook those little things. Now we're moving into a superset, and this is a brutal superset. I think I've showed this on my YouTube channel before. We're gonna do sissy squats with walking lunges. And you know, this is just a brutal quad burner. My quads are always on fire with this, but it's also such a good rewarding challenge. So I'm doing sissy squats, and I've seen people do this on like a Smith machine or using a cable machine where it just kind of stops at your knees and you use a barbell pad to pad it. So if you don't have one of those machines, that could be a good alternative. And then walking lunges, I'm using a preloaded barbell. If you want to use dumbbells or kettlebells, if you want to do an overhead grip, you can do that. I just wanted to go for a simple because my quads were shaking, my legs were shaking at this point, and this is what I felt comfortable doing at this time. So I just do 20 total, and I just count 20 steps, and then when I hit that, I am done. And let me just say that they just mopped, so I was really trying not to slip. I don't know why I didn't do this somewhere else, but it was a struggle, okay? To burn out, I have another superset, which is absolute fire. I'm doing the leg extension machine, which is an isolation quad. You are just working your quads on this, which is really nice to end with. That way, you know, you're directly targeting it. You know, with compounds, you're working more muscle groups. You know, you're working your quads, but you're also working your glutes and your hamstrings when you're doing a squat. Of course, you're working your core as well. So it's nice to be able to have a strict isolation movement. And then this little gem will always destroy your quads. If you're looking for a quad burner, superset this little movement with anything and you will be destroyed. So it's a squat, and then you kind of do like a front squat. I don't really know what to call this, but it is absolutely brutal, and my legs are shaking at the end of it every single time without fail. My quads were already super tight, so I knew I needed a foam roll at least a little bit to break that up and break that tension down just a little bit. So I decided to foam roll at the end of my workout, and it was painful. Foam rolling is such a love-hate relationship, but it is so needed, and this felt so great to end my workout. At the end, I decided to do static stretching, of course, just to help relieve some of that tension, and I find it really helps to decrease my soreness the next day. You know, if you're putting your body through an intense workout, why would you not treat it just as well after the workout? Give your body some love, treat it right, do some good stretching, work on your flexibility and mobility while